G'day crew. Monday and Tuesday maths. Okay, so by now you should have watched the startup video and understood that we are using a slide for the whole week. Again, don't jump ahead, do what is requirement for that day. Okay, remember the expectations, the amount of workload that we need. If for some reason you're finding the work really easy, check in with me and I can give you some extensions. That might link to that day or those couple of days rather than you going ahead and jumping the gun. Okay. So for this video, it's Monday and Tuesday that we're focusing on. Okay. So for Monday and Tuesday, we're focusing on explain everywhere. In your Google Classroom, and mine are all blanked out because they're going to be popping up for you. There's a few things on Monday and Tuesday you need to go to, but you'll find the the angles everywhere to open up. So it'll look like this. And with the angles everywhere task, we are learning to identify angles and then classify them as equal to, less than, or greater than a right angle. And you guys have all got a pretty good base of your basic angles. So this is going to be like a prove and convince me task. You can do it any way you like. Okay, I've shown you to explain everything. I've shown you flip grids. I've had people send me posters, Google Slides. Whatever option you want to do, you get to pick and do that to show me your understanding of angles. This is just getting angles, finding angles in the home, okay, and telling me about them. So number one, identify and capture two acute angles, obtuse angles, and two right angles. Okay. Hopefully you can remember these things. If not, I'll give you a quick look at some of these things in a moment. You have to describe the angle, its properties, and how it compares to other angles. So that'll be where you can use your voice to talk me through it rather than having to draw it on there, but you could do both. It is up to you. Keep reading the rubric to make sure you are doing all the things that you need to do. I've got to use the rubric down below here. It'll talk about the angles. You've identified all the angles, description of the angles. You can use your voice for that, as well as having a bit of typing for me though. Okay, I definitely want to be able to look and see the visuals, and that's where the media element comes into it. If I'm getting visual, I can see it. It looks really great. I can hear your voice. It's going to make your presentation really clear. Don't go for too long. Practice it first and make sure you nail it and keep it short and sharp for me, getting to the point. Okay, so you are going, again, just to recap, you are going to find angles around the home, take photos of them, and somehow with those photos, show me that you understand what those angles are, and in particular, are they less than, greater than, equal to a right angle, okay? And anything else you might want to tell me about angles. Even where are angles used? Who uses angles? I love those sort of bits and pieces. Really quickly, if you're not sure about angles, let's have a look here. What is an angle? The amount of turning between two rays called arms meeting at a common point called the vertex. So here's an example just below, okay? An angle is measured in degrees. So here's the vertex. We need to measure the distance between the degrees between the two arms. So from here to here, okay? That's what angle we're finding. Now, the easy one for you to find around the home is going to be a right angle. Right angle is used for a lot of things. Wonder if you can tell me why right angles are used for a lot of things around the home. Maybe have a think about that one. Okay. We've got acute angles that are less than 90 degrees. Less than 90 degrees. Obtuse angle. Okay. They're greater than 90 degrees, but they're less than 180. So they're between 90 and 180. And here's our straight angle, our 180 degree angle. So remember for these ones, we're measuring between the two arms. Okay, so you can see the 90 degree angle. Again, why is that used a lot in building? Okay, acute angle, less than the 90, obtuse angle, straight angle. Then we come down to the reflex angle, which is on the outside. Those arms have been stretched further and further again. And finally, a revolution angle, a 360 degree angle. Okay, so remember, slides, make sure you check those ones out and do your explain everything.